We are going to look at .pc, which is Putnam City's intranet. That is a website that is available to employees and allows us to access things that are important to us, such as certain resources, certain documents, and things of that nature. We're going to just have a basic overview of some of the resources that are available to you. There are many, many resources. These are just some generic ones for all teachers, as well as some things that are specific to technology. Some of the things we're going to focus on are learning communities, which is where you're going to find a lot of information from teachers that are in the same department as you or grade or subject as you. We're also going to look at Safari Montage, which not only has videos, but it also is the place where all of the units the curriculum coordinators will post, and those will all be located there. We'll also look at different documents that students and parents will need to sign at the beginning of the year to use iPads efficiently and effectively. So we're going to look at those, and I will let you know where you can turn those in at Central and kind of who is in charge of those things. First of all, when you need to access .pc, you are going to go to the putnamcityschools.org website. You're going to scroll to the very bottom where it says Staff Login. When you attend training, when you are first hired, they will make sure that they give you your username and password, so that's where that will be accessed. Once you know your username and password, you will go ahead and log in. And this is .pc, as you can see it says right here. Now we're going to go over some of the basic things that are on here and then look specifically at some other things. First of all, anytime that there's something that the district wants to get out to its employees about technology, typically it will be right here on this page. So right here it's just giving you some basic information about how to change your password. Maybe it got breached in some way or fashion and so you need to change that. This is going to give you some basic information on that. Now the first thing we're going to look at is learning communities. Learning communities are a great way for you to work with other teachers in the district who are not at your school to share resources and not have your mailbox filled with lots and lots of emails. So when you're a new employee, you're not going to have any learning communities. So right here you're going to click on available communities, and these are different communities that are available. If you're a counselor, you could join the counselor community. If you're at a certain school, you could join that community. If you are really into learning about the idea of a flipped classroom, you may want to join that community so that teachers that are also interested in that can post to it. Let's say you have never attended or have attended and would like some more knowledge on capturing kids' hearts, you could join that community. So some of these things are very specific to grade levels or to subjects, but some of the things are just things you could be interested in. And so you may want to sign up for that community so that you can learn things as you go throughout the school year. When you want to join a community, so for example, if I wanted to join elementary art, I would click it, and then I would click confirm, and that means yes, I want to join that community. Whoever the administrator is of that community will go ahead and accept you. So as you can see here, I am in the following communities currently, but I have a couple that are still pending, meaning the administrator has not approved me yet. So for example, since I also teach Gifted and Talented, I'm going to show you a little bit of that community. As you can see here, this is where teachers can post and share different resources and links throughout the year. Administrators can update different files on here to share. All teachers can share files on here as well. So things that you know teachers are going to be constantly accessing, maybe a certain form for field trips or a certain form for retention law or something like that. All of those things can be found on here. We have different answer keys for tests that we have to give and things like that. So all those things are available right here. If you notice up here in the left, this is very important. You can access this community and read up on things as you go, but if you would like to get an email every time something is updated in one of the communities, you can make sure this box is checked right here. Now, if you don't want your mailbox to get filled every day with certain things, I would recommend only checking the box of certain things that you know for a fact that you really want to get updated on every time. So I only do that for a couple of communities, and for the other ones I just check them periodically. So learning communities are a great way to get information. Elementary teachers definitely want to join the elementary math and language arts community. They will have all sorts of resources there available for you. The next thing I'm going to show you very quickly is where to locate ASOP, and that is how we create and review absences if you need a substitute. So I'm not going to show you how to use ASOP, just where to locate it. So again, I'm in .pc on the home page. If I look over here under services, you see ASOP. Click create and review absences. To get into ASOP, usually your ID is the phone number that you have put on your district forms, and your PIN is typically the last four of your social security number. But if you have any difficulties with that, you can call 1299 extension to find out a little bit more about that. The next thing I want to show you is where you can find a document that shows you how to set up your school exchange email account on your iPad or iPhone or Android device. Again, you're going to be on .pc, and under district resources where it says email resources, it will give you different information that you can click on. Each one of these links is just a document that gives you the information that you'll need, such as the server, domain name, etc. For Putnam City and our email system. The next thing is every district employee every year must complete FERPA and a bloodborne pathogens tutorial along with some questions, and you may be unsure of where to access that. So again, under district resources, you're going to click online compliance tutorials, and bloodborne pathogens is located here and FERPA is located here. So if I wanted to go ahead and click on FERPA, I'm going to click login. If you're an existing user, you would go ahead and click that. If you're a new user, you would click that. I'm an existing user, so I'm going to click next. Putnam City's organization ID is Putnam. Then it will go ahead and ask you for a username that you will have set up before. If you didn't have a username set up, you could go ahead and say that you're a new user and set that up. Again, it just has all different tutorials on here. You just click them. If you want to learn more about classroom management in middle school, start tutorial, and you go ahead and go through all the slides. At the end of each presentation, there will be questions that you have to answer, and then you'll have a certificate that you get for completing the tutorial. So this is a great resource if you're just interested in some specific things, but everyone is required to complete bloodborne pathogens FERPA. If you have a child that has certain allergies in your classroom, you may have to do additional tutorials such as how to use an EpiPen or something like that. The next thing I'm going to show you is the Document Center. It's under Contents on .pc. You're going to go ahead and click it. This just is a great place to look for any paper document that you may need a student to fill out or you've heard about at a PLC or a training and you're just unsure of where to find it. This is the first place that I would look. So I'm just going to show you some of the technology forms that are on here because those are things that I get a lot of questions about. So the first thing I'm going to show you is the District Technology Standards. And that is just a PDF of the equipment that we use in technology in Putnam City, and it gives you the price, where we buy it from. So if you're filling out a purchase order for your school on a certain device, let's say you need a new Apple adapter so that you can project your iPad because you got an iPad 4 and it has a different adapter than the iPad 3s. You would go on here and it go ahead and it shows you the price, who to contact, and everything that you would need to fill out for a purchase order. If things are not on the technology standards, then you kind of have a little bit more freedom about what you could purchase. But this is just really helpful, and a lot of teachers are unaware that it is available to you. The next thing that's very important is permission to post student work, and that is located here for the document. What this is you need to send it home if you are a teacher that wants to post anything, any student work on the internet. If you are posting something on YouTube that a student created, you would need to have this filled out. If you are even sending home a QR code to a video that a student made but another student is in it, you would need to have this filled out. So I recommend at the beginning of the year, send these home to every student so that you have them on file. What you're going to do at Central is you're just going to make a copy, keep the copies for yourself so that you have documentation that a parent or guardian has signed this, and then give the other ones to Debbie in the office, and she will make a note in the student's account in PowerSchool. So again, if you are posting any student work on the internet, even if it's a picture of their artwork on your teacher webpage, you need to have this filled out. So this is where to access it. Go to .pc, Document Center, Technology, and it's available to you. The other very important document, especially if you have a class set of iPads and you're using emails to get into a lot of websites or apps and things like that, you're going to want to go on Student Email User Agreement. Now, every student in Putnam City has a Gmail account created for them to use from pre-K through 12th grade. And we do have pre-Kers that are using it. Now, you need to go ahead and, if you want to use that student's email address, so they have an email address, so they personally can have their own Prezi account, or they personally can have their own Poplet account, then this is the types of things that you are going to need. You're going to send this home. The student needs to sign it and the parent, saying that they understand that this email is the district's property and things like that. Once this is turned in, you're going to turn it into me, Leah, and I'm going to activate the Gmail account. So if you go ahead and turn in all the papers to me at one time from your class, then at the bottom of each page, I'm going to write what the email address is and the password. So that way you can tell all of your students and have a copy of that. Then I will turn in a copy to the office. So it's just important that you print this out, get it signed by your students if you want to use it, and then go ahead and turn it into me and I will take it on from there. Now, you don't have to do this, but if a student is wanting to use their own email address that the district provides, this is the form that would need to be filled out. Some teachers, like in kindergarten, may just want to use one generic email, like leahsclass@gmail.com, and use that, and so everyone's using the same account for Prezi or something like that. But this is mostly for older grades, but is a great resource that you may be unaware of. The next thing is the Internet Use Agreement form. Right here, Student Internet Permission Form. And this is what needs to be filled out by every student that's using the computer. Almost all of our students use the internet on a daily basis. So this is something that has to be filled out at the beginning of the school year. Okay? This is in the student's enrollment packet, so it should be filled out. If the office notifies you that this is not filled out, then know that they're not allowed to get on the internet. And we try to enforce that as best of our ability as we can. If you are constantly finding out a child is not turned in this form and you're unsure of where to locate it, this is where to locate it. Again, .pc, Document Center, and go ahead and click on Technology, and this is the Student Internet Agreement form. Again, there are a lot of resources on here that are available to you, but those are just the main ones I feel like most teachers need to be aware of. And again, the Document Center is not just for technology. The Document Center has documents from all different departments. So I would go ahead and look on there. If you wanted something from the Transportation Department, a field trip request form is right there for you. So a lot of times we're unsure of where to get these, and we have to go to the office and have them print a copy for us, but they are available and you can access them yourself. Lots of the online instructional resources that the district has purchased a license to is available on .pc. If you go to District Resources and then click Online Instructional Resources, you'll see a list of some of the things we have. For example, OmniMusic is great if you're needing music for an iMovie. These are all things that you can use without breaking copyright law. I'm just going to show you Safari Montage. which you can access through here, or you can access Safari Montage on .pc, or you can just go to safari.putnamcityschools.org. Your username and password is the same username and password that you used to log into .pc. Once you're in Safari Montage, you're going to see a screen that looks very similar to this. Now I just want to show you several things that you may be unaware of about Safari Montage. First of all, when you go ahead and you click on search, many of you know you can search for different videos and things. For example, if I wanted to watch a Reading Rainbow video, I could go ahead and search that. Then I could click it and watch it right now, or I could go ahead and add it to a playlist that I create. However, there are a lot of ways that teachers can upload their own content onto Safari Montage. So the curriculum coordinators in the district have done this with a lot of files and things that they feel like you need to access. So if I went over here under search, I'm going to go under all publishers, and I'm going to scroll down till I see PC Curriculum and PC Instructional Technology. If I go ahead and click on PC Curriculum and I click search, these are all different files and videos and units that have been uploaded by Putnam City. So if you are teaching 3rd grade and you know that they're doing a Georgia unit that they've adapted from Georgia for a specific subject and they tell you about it, and you don't really want to have a paper copy because some of the units are hundreds of pages long, then you can go ahead and just click on it on here and save it on your computer. Now if I go under PC Instructional Technology and I click search, you're going to see a lot of helpful things. If you're having difficulty with Apple Configurator using your iPads, there's some videos and tutorials on here. If you are unsure of how to do something, my first suggestion would be to look at the Document Center and see if there's anything on .pc, and then also look on here and see if there are any tutorials, because this is a great way that we are trying to get out information to you, such as how to set up your iPad cart and things like that. So this is an awesome way that we're getting out information to you. So it's not only for video searching, it's also for us to share content with you. Not only is it a great way for you to get content that other people have uploaded, but you can upload your own content. So let's say you made a math video because you're really into the idea of the flipped classroom. You are going to go to your dashboard and you're going to click Quick Upload. You can go ahead and click here, select the file that you want to upload, and it will go ahead and upload that for you. You can upload PDFs, you can upload videos, all sorts of things like that. It usually takes just about 30 seconds for it to go through the whole process of uploading. Once the file has finished uploading, you're going to go back to the dashboard, and before we clicked Quick Upload, but now we're going to click My Files, and this is where you're going to see anything that you have uploaded yourself. So any movies that you've uploaded, any files, things like that. You can also do this from the iPad. So if a student creates an iMovie on the iPad, then they could go ahead and directly upload it to Safari Montage, because all of the students also have a Safari Montage account using their username and password that they use for the computer lab and things like that. This is also a great way to share videos and things with parents and things like that if you are someone who doesn't want to use YouTube. So if you are going to do that, you would go ahead and click on Permalinks, and then you see it's already creating you a QR code and it's already creating you a URL. However, up here where it says normal, normally people have to log into Safari Montage. So if you sent them this link and they're a parent, they're not going to be able to get in and view the video because they don't have a username and password for Safari Montage. So if you go ahead and click over here, you could click Guest Account Limited Access, and it's going to create a different link that they can click on or a different QR code that they can scan. And this is really great if you just want to show videos in the hallway. You could just hang up the QR codes. They're already made for you. They're already on here. YouTube is not blocked, things like that. We've came up with that situation before where we put a lot of things on YouTube and then YouTube was blocked one day when it typically isn't. So that caused a little difficulty. So this is a great secondary solution. So again, Safari Montage is great. You can upload your own criteria. You can upload your own files. You can search for files that have already been uploaded from Putnam City curriculum coordinators. And so it's just a great tool. And those are just some of the things that Safari Montage can do. Now I'm back on .pc and I just want to show you two more things that you may be unaware of that are here. First of all, if you go ahead and scroll to the bottom under Contents and click Professional Development, this is where you can sign up for any professional development opportunities in the district, whether it is technology related or not. Most of our events and different opportunities on here are technology related. So for example, it lists all the different events and things that you can go to. If I want to go ahead and go to page 2, I can see other things. So let's say you really wanted to learn more about Shobi. It tells you a little bit about Shobi. Right here you can go ahead and click Enroll in Selected Classes. And then it has all the information right there. If you want to view the classes you're signed up for, it will show you right here at the top. The other thing I would like to show you is App Request. So if you are wanting to buy apps with your room money or curriculum money, this is somewhere you're going to have to get familiar with. First of all, you're going to complete a purchase order with your financial secretary to Apple with an amount of your choosing. It had to be a minimum of $100, but that has been waived, so you can do it for any amount. So if you want to search for apps that are in the volume purchasing program, meaning if you purchase 20 or more, they are half off, then the apps that are in that program are going to show up through this search. So let's say I wanted to look for Puppet Pals HD. I can see here that this one is the free version. But if I go back and search for Puppet Pals, I can see that it's $3.99 if I buy 1 to 19 licenses, or $1.99 if I buy 20 or more. So this is really great to look at, especially if you have class sets of iPads, you're going to get a greater discount. So this is where you can see which apps are available. This is also going to give you the information you need to fill out your app request. The information you're going to need on your app request is going to be the name, the publisher, the price, and how many units you want. So a lot of that information is available right here. So if you're unsure of all the specifics, just go ahead and search for the app. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go back to app request where it says request an app. This is where you request the app, so you'll be sent the codes. It's not like you have to go to the store and pick up the app. So you type in the app here, the vendor, which is what I mentioned earlier, the amount you want, the purchase order number. Once your purchase order has been approved to Apple, that number is going to go right here. The balance will automatically pop up once you type in the number. Okay, and you're going to submit. Then you will get sent in an email the codes that you need to put into your syncing computer to put them on your iPad. Or if it's just for 1 or 2 iPads, you can redeem the code manually. So this is something that if you have iPads, you need to be familiar with. That is just a little bit about .pc. Again, it is a great resource and it has a lot of resources available to you.